black people must do something for themselves and not always beg white people to move in their neighborhoods, but clean their own neighborhoods. And another thing, when you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All
right.
been together.
Right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people. No, this is the point.
What I'm trying to say is this. And you don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You're on the show, and you got to say that.
No, that's not true.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you. You see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. And we all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all of us.
We all listen. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds. Red birds want to be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons.
But
Tell me when I'm wrong. We should have. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Buzzards are with buzzards. Bluebirds are with bluebirds. They all are birds, but they got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert.
Well,
the bluebird like to fly around the trees and the grass.
There'd be certain problems, a buzzard mating with a sparrow, wouldn't there?
What?
There'd be certain...
Right. And we have the problems too.
No,
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud holding their children.
That's because society...
And going out.
That's society's fault. I mean, we've got to educate people around it.
Well, life is too short for me to be raised catching hell for something like that. I'd rather go and be my own. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. They look like me. We're all happy, and I don't have no trouble. I have no trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
I understand. Yeah, I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that it
ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I want to blot out my race and lose my beautiful identity. Chinese love Chinese. They love the little slanted-eyed, pretty brown-skinned babies. Pakistanis love their culture. Jewish people love their culture. A lot of Catholics don't want to marry number Catholics. They want the religion to stay the same. Who want to spot up yourself and kill your race? You a hater of your people if you don't want to stay who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when he made us all like we were.
I think that's a philosophy of despair.
Despair.
I really do.
It ain't no despair. No woman on this whole earth, not even a black woman in Muslim countries, can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, and last is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's going to hear some Puerto Rican music, he's going to hear some Chinese music, and they're going to be clashing all the time. It's just nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be with your own. I want to be with my own. I love my people. That's all. I don't hate nobody. If 10,000 rattlesnakes was coming down that aisle now, and I had a door here I could shut, and in that 10,000, 1,000 meant right. 1,000 rattlesnakes didn't want to bite me. I knew they were good. Should I let all these rattlesnakes come down, hoping that 1,000 get together and form a shield? Or should I just close the door and stay safe? I love your show, and I like your style, but your pay is so cheap, I won't be back for a while.
That's it for this week. See you sometime next week. Good night.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some darker people or some poor, hungry people in the mud for big, powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger. They never lynched me. They never put no dogs on me. They never robbed me of my nationality, raped and killed my mother and father. What, I'm going to shoot them for what? How can I go shoot them? Them little poor little black people, little babies and children and women. How can I shoot them poor people? Just take me to jail.
As the day is going on, though, it becomes clear that an African American is going to win the high jump. A few minutes before the competition ends, Hitler leaves the stadium. It starts raining, he's gone. Cornelius Johnson, African American, wins the gold medal. David Albritton, Jesse Owens, his best friend, wins the silver medal. They're both black. Hitler's not there to congratulate them. There's a big uproar. How come? Why didn't he congratulate them? The Germans, for their part, and remember at this time they're trying to please as many people as possible, not antagonize people, say Hitler was simply adhering to his schedule. He meant no offense.
Now, when Owens ultimately won his first medal, there is this legend that he was snubbed by Hitler.
Well, there are two things. Now, you know, he wins his first gold medal the day after Cornelius Johnson wins the gold medal in the high jump. And this story is already out there, the snubbing of the African-American athlete, rather than the snubbing of Jesse Owens. By the time, what happens overnight, in the midst of this uproar, the head of the International Olympic Committee tells Hitler, this is unacceptable. We don't want a political controversy here. You either congratulate everyone or you congratulate no one. Hitler says, fine, I won't congratulate anyone. And again, this is 1936. Hitler does not want to antagonize the head of the Olympic Committee on the first day of the Games. But technically, I don't think you could say he snubbed him because he was told not to congratulate him publicly.
Well, by eyewitness accounts at the time, including Owens himself, he related that he didn't feel snubbed by Hitler.
That's another element of the story. The story all over the United States in particular is how could the Chancellor of Germany show such disrespect for our black athletes? Banner headlines everywhere. Hitler snubs Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens keeps telling anyone who'll listen, I wasn't snubbed. He couldn't congratulate me. In fact, I think he waved at me, and I waved back at him. He said this several times. Some of the black papers in the U.S. reported that Hitler treated Owens quite well, based on Owens' own comments. And in fact, one of the African-American reporters who was covering the games in Berlin said, there was a headline in the Pittsburgh Courier, the African-American paper in Pittsburgh, you know, Hitler lauds Jesse Owens, et cetera, et cetera. So there was a difference of opinion at the time. And Owens maintained for a long time that he was not snubbed, and in fact said when he got home to the U.S. after the Olympics, when he was campaigning for the Republican presidential candidate that fall, Alf Landon, that it wasn't Hitler who snubbed him, but Franklin Roosevelt.
The white athletes were invited to the White House by FDR, and Jesse was not invited, as well as any of the other black athletes.
There wasn't much in the way of the government congratulating him. In fact, he did not get an invite to the White House or receive a telegram or anything like that.
His fame having preceded him, and in stark contrast to the way he had been treated in the States, Owens found himself greeted warmly by the German people.
When Owens won, the crowd, which was mostly German, really was enthusiastic in its support for him.
Every time he stepped on the track, the crowd went wild for Jesse Owens. And that was a surprise to him. He had been led to believe that he would be received in hostile fashion. And in fact, it was exactly the opposite.
I'm very glad to have won my 3 events in the Games here at Berlin. It's been the first time since 1924, about 12 years ago, and I'm very proud to have won. A wonderful competition here, a wonderful stadium, and a wonderful crowd. And the days have been very nice. And the people here in Germany have been very nice to me, and I'm very glad to display my talent here.